Today, we are installing AZDOME's front and rear dash cam on this car. Let's get right into the video. If you or a loved one have ever been in a car accident, you know how much it sucks. First and foremost, the physical pain, and then secondly, trying to prove yourself as innocent is super difficult without a dash cam. Believe me when I tell you that it is not a fun process. I was just in a car accident in this Toyota Corolla. In fact, I have the footage to show you. I actually don't have footage because I didn't have a dash cam. So 7 months later, I'm still dealing with this car accident, trying to figure out what's going to happen. As we get older, we have more and more responsibilities. And having to deal with a car accident 7 months later that was not your fault sucks. All of that being said, I'm super excited to show you guys this AZDOME dash cam since it covers the front, the rear, and the inside of the vehicle. It's a great dash cam with an even greater price. I'm gonna go ahead and link it down below in the description. That way you guys can check it out, pick it up if you guys are interested in the dash cam, and do not wait. Don't be like, oh, I will never need it, because I was one of those people, and now 7 months later, I still regret not having a dash cam. So let's get right into the unboxing. Alrighty, so starting with the unboxing, I gotta say the box is very nice. It is a 4-channel dash cam. The model is the M660. Oops. It tells you some of the features on the outside of the box: 4K plus 1K, built-in 5 GHz Wi-Fi, GPS tracking, and a built-in 128 GB SD card, which is super sick. When you first open up the box, this is what you're presented with. I believe this is the beast itself. Check that out. This thing. I've had quite a few dash cams in my life, and this one is pretty dang sweet. Take a look at that. Back here you have where the connections are going to be going. This is the screen that it has. You got your on-off button, you got the menu, OK, up and down to move through the menu. I can already tell this thing is going to be an absolute unit. All right, let's set this to the side. You get your user manual. Like in all of my videos, I always recommend going through this, as it can definitely be helpful in case I miss something during this installation. This right here is super sick. So it's not showing up on camera too well, but pretty much what it is a protective film. You put this in between the windshield and the dash cam. That way you're not putting any of the tape directly onto the windshield. You put it on this instead. In the future, you want to take it off, you can just take it off with this and not pull it off of your windshield. Alrighty, inside all you have left are a bunch of cables. So let's take them all out here. Up first, we have what's going to be giving your dash cam power. So that's super sweet. USB-C and then USB ports there. Super nice. I like that they have their logo on there. It's cool. Next up, we have a USB-C to USB cable. Pretty sweet. This right here is going to run from this camera all the way to that camera. We'll get to that in a little bit. Next up, another USB-C to USB. Lastly, we have a dash cam. So this is the one that's going to go in the back of the car, which is super nice. These are pretty cool. You can take the backing off of them, place them pretty much anywhere in your vehicle. You can clip it down, and then the wire will run neatly through there instead of just be dangling. But we'll get to that in the installation. This little tool right here is actually super useful. You'll see later in the video why. I found this. I believe this is an extra of this. So you see right here, it has that. You just peel that off. And I believe that's just an extra, which is really nice. All right, so I'm gonna read the instructions and I'm gonna pull the car into the garage so we can get started with this install. Ow. So the way I'm thinking about doing this is starting with putting the cameras where I think I want them to go. I honestly don't know, but I'm going to put them where I think I want them to go. And to do that, you just have to remove the film off of the double-sided tape. Once you take that off, you can place it wherever you want. I will say, wherever you place it, make sure you leave a little bit of room for this cable to actually go out and be able to run. Because if you put it too close to the headliner, it might not give you enough room to adjust it properly. Another thing to note, these cameras do come with a little protective film on the top. So make sure you take those off before installing them, because it may be a little bit difficult to get them later. But with that being said, I'm going to start with the back and then I'll move my way forward and we'll go from there. I am just going to put this as in the middle as I can. I think right here will be fine. Right there seems good. You just press that bad boy down. I think that's good. Yeah, it should be good. I just checked their prices on Amazon and they have a huge discount. I'm not entirely sure why. It says limited time offer, so I would get on it as soon as possible. It's a great camera at an even greater price, do not miss out and be like me and regret it forever and ever. So back to the video. Alrighty, now that we did the back, let's go ahead and switch over to the front and get this mounted. I'm super excited. And you just place it wherever you see fit. Just put that bad boy down, and now you can place the camera right in the center. All right, easy enough. Now that we have both cameras where we want them to go, now it's time to get the wiring and get these bad boys hooked up. Up first, we're gonna plug this guy in, and we're gonna start with the wiring for the camera up front. And for that, we're gonna be using this USB-C to USB cable. I'm gonna plug this guy in here. Feel solid. And then we're gonna take the USB end and plug it in up top. And now we're gonna take this end and plug it into the dash cam right about here. I'm a little bit impatient, so I just wanna see if this will turn it on. Power it on. English. Okay. All right, so we're gonna take off this little sticker here, and I just want to go through the setup just to show you guys how easy it actually is. So we're gonna start with English. You just press OK down here. As far as your time, you just click whichever one corresponds to you. As far as the date, it is July. No, it's not July 4th. It is July, but it's the 3rd, I believe. So all data will be deleted. Okay. If you press this button right here, the menu button, it'll pop up a menu. And there is a bunch of stuff to go through. I definitely recommend going through this as there is a lot to go through. As far as default settings, I'm pretty happy with the default settings, so I'm just going to leave it as is. All right, next up, we're gonna connect the wiring to the dash cam on the back. So to do so, the cable can only go one way. Make sure it goes in that one way. All right, then you run the other wire to the front that's gonna connect to the front dash cam. Now we're gonna run this cable to the dash cam. Now that you have that wired up, you're pretty much all good to go. Awesome, so you've installed the front camera and the rear camera. You have all the wires going where they need to go. Now it's time to hide the wire. Again, if you wanna hide the wire, great. If you don't, awesome. It really depends on you and your usage. Me personally, it's just a daily commuter. I don't have too many people in the car, so it really doesn't bug me, but I can understand if you want to hide the wire. All right, so this tool came in the kit. Shout out to AZDOME for actually thinking ahead and thinking about the customer. This tool will allow you to tuck the cable into the headliner and allow you to make it seem like the cable is not even there. So let me show you how to do this. All right, so in this case, the power cable, I ran straight down through there, and I was able to bring it through here, run it all the way up through there, and then you can see it comes out right there. And then you just run it up here. With the little plastic clip that they provided, I just stick it up to there, and then I could run the cable all through here. See, even on camera, you can barely see it. Then we have this here, and you just stuff it in there as best as you can. Just follow it all the way until you get to the dash cam. And this is the same all the way around. So you see from here, you can just put it in there. There's a little bit of space in there, and you just tuck it in with the tool that was provided for AZDOME. If you're more interested in how to hide wire, I'll leave one link down below. That way you can actually see a more in-depth video. I'm sure at this point you just want to see how the dash cam performs. So do I. So let's get right into that. While the dash cam footage plays out, I will give you the most important information about this dash cam. Starting with the camera up front, there's actually 3 cameras there. So the main one records in 2K, while the 2 outer cameras record in 1080p. The footage quality that you get from these cameras is good and clear. I was worried, since it was not a 4K camera, that maybe the footage wouldn't be that good, but after watching these videos back, I am more than confident in these cameras. Now talking about the rear camera, that one is also 1080p. Unfortunately though, for this testing, for this video, my car, the Toyota Corolla, the back glass is tinted, like 5% tint. So the footage may not look the best, but just keep that in mind, since that is my windshield. Yours will obviously look better. I can still see the information that I would need in case of an accident. At nighttime, I will admit, it gets a little bit iffy, but that is my fault, not the dash cam's fault. As far as storage goes, this does have a built-in 128 gigabyte eMMC. I don't know what that is exactly, but what you need to know is it's faster and more durable than your typical micro SD cards. In simpler terms, you have a lot of storage to record a lot of video. This is another benefit to not recording in 4K, because 4K footage actually takes up more storage, meaning you will need more storage. So Being 2K is a great benefit. It does have loop recording, which I personally like. You also have selectable segments. I currently have mine at 3 minutes. I found like that's the sweet spot personally, but you can adjust it to your liking. 3 minutes for me works best. When I first was installing this dash cam in the car was on, so the dash cam was on, and I accidentally dropped the dash cam. And a little chime went off, and I didn't know, but it has a G sensor. The benefit to this is, let's say you're in an accident and you've been driving for 2 hours. Instead of going through 2 hours of footage, when the G sensor is triggered, it will separate that footage so you know what you need instead of having to scroll through 2 hours of footage. This has already proved helpful, as Sandy found a dog in the middle of the street and she wanted to show me, and I think she broke a little bit too hard, and well, she saw the dog and now we're looking at the dog. It also has a built-in GPS, which allows you to track your speed and your location, which is also really good. It comes in kilometers, but you can change that to miles per hour, which I recommend just in case you ever need to use it in court. I hope you don't speed. I'll let the rest of the footage play out. I just want to say that I'm very happy with this dash cam. There are obviously a bunch on the market, but at this price, I don't think that there's anything close to it. You get a rear dash cam, a front dash cam, an interior dash cam, and a side dash cam. That's 4 cameras all recording in great quality at a great price. I already have a dash cam in my Toyota Tundra, but I'm considering buying this one, replacing my old one, because of all of the added features that it has, like recording on the inside of the vehicle in case you get pulled over. It happens where maybe a police will think you're on your phone, and with this you can prove that you didn't have your phone in your hand. Or if they think you don't have your seatbelt, you can prove that you had your seatbelt on. This dash cam will save you so much money in tickets. There are so many benefits to this dash cam, and I'm preaching to my past self who thinks they need a dash cam, but they will get it later. Don't wait, because in the long run, it'll pay for itself, but also it'll save you so much time. How to actually access the footage. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the menu, and you're going to want to go down. So you just keep going down until you see where it says Wi-Fi, and then you hit OK. Then it says Wi-Fi off and then Wi-Fi on. You just go down to Wi-Fi on and hit OK. And then you'll get this little prompt here. It gives you all of the dash cam's information. And then on your phone, you download the AZDOME app, downloaded really fast. And then you just connect the dash cam. So down here, you can see it says connect. You just hit connect. And then up there, it asks you to join the Wi-Fi. You just hit join. It's loading now, so let's just wait. You have bound this dash cam. So we hit OK. Now we just click on the dash cam, and down there you can see, well, down there it said loading dash cam. What you want to do now is hit stop recording. If you don't, it won't let you go to device album, which is what you're trying to get to. But once you go to device albums, you'll see all the footage here. So this is what you would consider emergency. So if you brake hard or you accelerate hard, or if something goes on, it will trigger the G sensor. But over here in video, that's everything. So all of your stuff is saved here. And again, it's 128 gigabytes of storage. I'm not entirely sure how much that is as far as footage goes, but it's a good amount. So yeah, that's how you do that. Here you can change the audio. If you wanted to record the audio, you can take that off. You can also stop the recording. Anytime you want to change something, just hit stop recording. Here you have all the quality settings. I left it in 2K and then 1080p, everything else. So that's how you use the application, and that's how you get to your storage. Once you're done on the dash cam, you're going to want to press down till you see green on Wi-Fi off. Then you hit OK, give it a second, and now you're good to go. I cannot say enough good things about this dash cam. I am very happy that I installed this AZDOME dash cam in my car. Not only is the quality super good, I ran it in my Toyota Tacoma for about 2 to 3 years, and that dash cam is still in that Toyota Tacoma and is still being used and is still doing great. But also the peace of mind and protection that I get from running this dash cam now is so good. I'm so happy, and I feel like a sense of relief now that if something were to happen, fingers crossed, it doesn't, but if it were, I am able to prove that I did nothing wrong. Don't be like me, waiting for the perfect deal, for the best discount. Just get the dash cam. I wish this video would have been published like 7 months ago, but it wasn't. Nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, comment, and a subscription, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.